Order works. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mayor Rader,
Present.
Danny Clark,
Present.
Jason Green,
Here.
Brandon Carrico, not present, Mark Loogootee,
Present.
Attorney Stephen Severball,
Present.
and Clerk Treasurer Lori Carrico, present.
Okay, unfinished business, nothing there under new business. Item A, the insurance renewals actually for the council, leash law, fire extrication equipment, and PPPE. Fire chief.
Yeah, I'll start with the PPE. I said last month, we talked about the money for the gear. I do have that quote. You guys should have it as well. To outfit the next 5 people, we're looking about $3,972 per person for this PPE. And this PPE is, like I said before, is required through NFPA. Some of these will be a little less because I believe it has helmets on here that we were able to purchase ahead of time. So it will be, should be not be more than that per person. I do have another quote, I didn't get it printed off to get it to me today, which is about a little over $2,500 for the others that are gonna be classified as the reserves. They don't have to have the turnout gear like this right here that we have to have for structure fires. It'll still be rated to protect them on any type of fire, but not going into structures. If you have to protect them from heat, I should say, like car fires and things like that. So it'll be about $2,500. Even though they are going to be reserved, we still have to protect them. We still have to give them the PPE and things like that. The other part I did mention was the extrication. We're looking at $46,993. That includes batteries from Airworks. The company's giving us $2,000 per equipment, which is about $8,000. They give us back for the old equipment they're gonna buy. My bad. I thought the community was this month, 31st, but I didn't realize it was July 31st. I did not get it. Plan is to move forward with it, but at the same time, I'm still gonna present this because they're gonna sell us the tools, but as far as the extra $8,000 that's coming off, this is it. You know, they actually held it back one more time for us. So we're looking about $8,000 more on top of this because they won't buy the tools back. That program is done. Now, there's a chance we probably could try to sell the tools to a department, but they're older tools. We just sold a set to Lost River, so you know they won't be able to buy this set because they've already used their funding for this year. So I just wanted to present it to the council. I feel bad on that part right there because I was really wanting to try to do that. So that's on me. I'll take that blame. But at the same time, as due diligence, I have to bring this to the council again. Hopefully to approve. If not, you want to move forward with the grant, we'll do that. But there's a chance that, you know, the $8,000 will be more. So that's all I really have on that one. Again, October, we're gonna size for 5 guys for turnout gear. So they're 100-day turnaround, so we're looking about next year to have to pay. We don't pay until we get the product. So I don't know if that's something we wanna try sooner to get on this year, or
When do you have to actually replace the equipment?
the turnout gear, we need to replace, we'll be good in October to get it for the next year. Because we're probably about a month or 2 into the next year where we have to have it replaced. By January, it'll be replaced. So we're looking probably about February, March. And, you know, I thought there was gonna be a lot longer turnaround, but it's actually 100 days, which is good. Like last time it was like, 10 months, I think, last time we went for it, so, but that we'll have to do. We have to outfit, you know, the next 5. And then after that, we'll have 2 more rounds, and that's it for about 5.5 to 5 years before we have to outfit all over again. Now, mind you, that's not counting new people that come on, or if somebody rips a jacket or tears up PPE during a fire.
Okay, and how many do you need for the reserve firefighters?
They're gonna be our last ones to outfit as of right now. So
We're looking at
we're looking at about 7 people for that. So, and that's about $2,500. I'd say 26 to be safe.
That'd be next year then?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
So we're looking about 10 more sets at, and like I said, this may go up at $39.72, but as of right now, it's $39.72. I had him quote me head to toe. I figure it's a lot easier to come in high and be like, hey, guess what? We only spent $3,300, you know, because we had helmets order ahead. So I'm looking for that to be $39.72 or less. So that's it.
When do you need to give them a go ahead on this?
I'll just tell them whenever the council approves it, we'll just say, hey, set us in October, or we can, you know, do it anytime sooner than that.
Eric, I didn't see the Hamaltro quote in our agenda packet.
Yeah.
Did
They
you-
came in a lot higher still. I did not get a chance to talk to him. I really don't think he's gonna come down $27,000.
But you know, those quotes aren't apples to apples. There was more on the Hamaltro quote than what was on Amicus. And
Okay.
I did reach out to him today, and I've got 2 quotes from him, one with those items, one without. And he's also doing it by trade-in.
So will he outfit both trucks for that price? Because at $46,000, we're outfitting 2 trucks. We're doing this one, and we have a combination tool
Mhm.
that will that'll help the other.
Got it
Okay.
here for you,
All right, that's good.
and for everyone else who wants one. But it breaks down everything, so should be a better.
I know the only thing about Hamaltro that's is they have their own special battery,
Mhm.
and you're looking at $2,000. I know what things are under warranty. I do get that.
Their 10-year
Um,
warranty. The
We can walk
Waltons-
down to Airworks and get a DeWalt battery in minutes versus days or
It's got a
weeks, however it comes out.
3-year warranty on those, so over the life of 10 years, we're gonna have to buy 3 more sets of those, or 2 more sets. So, but when you see these.
And they're
you'll see-
$2,000 for the Hamaltro, right, batteries?
Yeah,
Okay.
got 2,400.
And I think the batteries from Airworks was to outfit all those,
726.
yep, which has 3 batteries.
Mm-hmm. And you get 5 for $4,880 through Hamaltro, so just
Okay.
over 1,000 piece.
Okay. So we 242 for one versus 1,000?
Mhm.
Okay.
by
And you
time
said we're gonna replace what, how many? We'd have to
DeWalt.
replace DeWalt's, you said 3?
the-
So at 3, we're still under 1,000.
Mhm.
4, we're still under 1,000. 5, we're a little bit over.
Mhm.
So, okay. Yeah, the guys did both of them. They did Hamaltro and Amicus. They really liked Hamaltro. Then Amicus came in, Amicus came in, sorry. And they really liked that one as well. I know one guy said he was kind of concerned. He said, well, I liked it because this has a lifetime warranty. This has 10 years. In 10 years, we're gonna replace these anyway. In 10 years, I'm not gonna be the chief. It's gonna be somebody else. You know, so in 10 years, you're gonna replace the product. So I'm looking at people in the area that has Amicus. Taylor Township, Washington, Hayesville has Amicus. They run the same thing. Shoals is Genesis or
Hearst.
Hearst. So, Hamaltro, Crane runs Hamaltro, but it's on a hydraulics. They're looking at Amicus as well. So that's one thing the mayor wanted me to do is figure out what the area departments had as well. So, but no, I mean, we can look into that. You guys wanna table this one? That's fine. We can look and see what they're offering as well, and we can compare both. I was looking at $69,000 at the time we had it versus 46,000.
He did knock off 5%, and for the apples to apples comparison, we're at 58,000.
58,000?
So over the span of 10 years, we're talking $1,000 a year difference. So
Yeah, it's whatever you guys decide on that. If you guys wanna hold off, I'm hey, that's great. We can do that and look at the other and get the best bang for the buck.
What-
I'm just looking at, because there's other things we're gonna need in the department. We're gonna need vehicles and stuff like that. So yeah, $1,000, it can go on for something else. But yeah,
Danny or Mark, what's your thoughts?
I sort of agree with Jason.
Yeah.
good, good.
Let them compare apples and go on.
That works.
Especially
that.
when I'm there, you may have to buy other stuff too, I think we need.
What's your drop deadline date on that, for them to give you $8,000?
It's
We're
already
done.
passed.
I mean, it's it. Yeah, they've already extended and everything, cause they had a thing going for it, so.
Alright,
So yeah, I mean, that's where it's at.
And this quote's good till the end of the year, so we got time.
want someone to make the motion?
I make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay,
Favor?
I need
Aye.
a copy of your quote.
Yep.
If you don't mind.
Yep.
Thanks.
It would've been nice if the
I've got
chief,
it.
it would've been nice if the chief would've had that ahead of time, too.
I just got it today.
Listen, as far as getting quotes, it's hard to get, sometimes these guys get it back to us quick. I just got the one for the other gear as I was coming to here, so I didn't have it printed out, so I know the struggle on getting those back.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you. You wanna talk about PPE?
Yes, on your PPE, so we still have a couple months to really act on this, but
Yeah,
what
we-
kind of lead time do they need?
If we know something by, next month's meeting or something, we're good. We just gotta get ready, move in October, as far as getting the sizing going, get the order in, and then, put them out, like I said, January,
Okay.
about 100 days out.
All right, Lori, what are we, on the Lowit, that's where that'd have to come out of. You're looking at just under 20,000 if it's at 39.72, we good to go on that?
I would have to look closer and make sure.
Okay.
By next month's meeting, I'll look at it the next couple days, if you wanna come by.
That's fine.
You know, numbers too and see, yeah. So, I'll take a look.
That works, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
so we'll, move that to next month. Okay, next item, D, event downtown or request for downtown. You've had a chance to look over everything?
I have looked over the petition that's been filled out. I did notice that the indemnification statement's not been signed. I've been in contact through lawyers. My understanding is that it's the group organizers' belief that they do not have to sign the indemnification statement. My recommendation is that we go ahead and proceed on their application, knowing that that statement has not been signed, because everybody knows there is ongoing litigation involved over the ordinance. So my recommendation is that the council take a vote here on, the Board of Works, take a vote here on the petition, and make a decision.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Hang on one second here. The indemnification is.
Indemnification.
Indemnification, yes, I feel is very necessary. Cause you're in a public area and the liability out there is just huge for us. That's my opinion. So.
Right.
Did you see that we have a $1 million policy?
I'm sorry?
We have a policy on file,
You do have a policy on
$1
file?
million policy. And the indemnification, the way it's written up, is unconstitutional, because it's asking for us to be responsible for practically anything that happens in town. And that's not fair.
No, it's not actually anything that happens in town, it's what happens on the square or at it.
The way I read it and the way the ACLU read it, he advised us not to sign it. And in addition, The Summerfest application that was approved by this Board of Works wasn't signed either,
Well, actually,
but it
the
wasn't signed.
Summerfest did not have to comply to that. at
But
that time.
they had an application you approved and it was not signed by them, so that's all I'm saying.
Got a motion on the floor, I'm taking it. What's your motion, Jason?
That we approve their application permit to hold festival downtown.
Anybody want a second? No second? Motion died for lack of support. Anybody else want to entertain a motion?
Thank God. What do you say?
With everything that's going on downtown, with the green space area, why don't we
Sidewalks.
just have it out at the city park this year, guys, and we can readdress it next year?
That's not acceptable.
Not acceptable.
Is that your motion to make it to the city park?
Yes.
Need a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mark, you aye? Jason?
No.
Alright. Motion carried 3-1, city park.
That wasn't in the application, so.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
I mean, we're gonna have a lot of construction going on in the green area downtown. About
This
the
is
same
like-
time, September 7th. Okay. The gazebo.
You got permission from the,
We've already,
CSX.
it's voted and on, I'm not gonna discuss it any further, we're gonna move on to number E. Brush pile policy and procedure. I'm gonna ask Bo to elaborate on this. Right now, we have shut down all dumping down there at the city, industrial park. For the simple fact that everybody thinks it's a dump or trash, so Bo will elaborate.
Yeah, we
on that.
currently do not have anything. We have internally put up signs, no dumping. People are not paying attention to it. They're still dumping. We had a permit to burn the debris, which was extensive. We were within the guidelines of the permit, but at the same time, that was considered an emergency burn due to the storms that had rolled through on a couple different occasions. We don't have any way of handling it right now. I think it needs to be addressed, right now, immediately, to put a cease and desist of dumping on our property.
What are you gonna do with it? Where's people gonna dump it at, Bo? That's my question.
Well, I thought we was looking at a chipper.
We do have a chipper.
We do have
We got a
chipper.
chipper?
Yes, we do. But we also, we have the property south of town, that's where we plan on moving it to, but we need policy and procedures to follow. If we've got somebody from our neighbors across the county line dumping down here, it's for the community. It's not for the county or Southwest Indiana. We've had building materials, we've had concrete, we've had toilets, you name it, they dump it down there. And that stuff's not acceptable. I mean, you can burn your rubbish, your yard waste on your property. I can't burn your yard waste on our property.
Understood.
where'd the permit come from?
IDEM.
Okay.
We had a special permit to be able to burn due to the storms that it
I
went
noticed
through.
it's still smoldering today, so what's in that pile besides just brush?
That's it.
Brush that's
Big
been
logs
burning
and
up
He
for
said,
over a week.
he said there's toilets and stuff.
Well, toilets
It-
don't burn.
Well, we've separated that kind of stuff, but still, I mean, People are dumping anything they want to, we try to separate it
So
out.
you burned it without knowing what was actually in the pile?
No, we knew what was in it, there's
You-
construction
you-
material.
You got under the pile, cause that was a huge pile. So you were
Yes,
able to
It started from
tell-
scratch.
Okay, that's it.
Okay,
There's logs in there that, yes, there was
I know,
logs
but-
in there that were
well, I'm
good
sure
size.
there's, besides wood though, was there anything besides
No.
wood?
It's all, and he's already
He
stated,
only
it's all
asked
been
because
separated
Saturday we
out,
drove
it's all,
through,
it's all
and it
tree
smelled
limbs
like
and
the
trees.
downtown burning, you know, it
So
just.
anyway,
Wood,
but-
wood, wood doesn't burn for over a
Okay.
week.
Guys, we're not gonna carry on this, okay?
The size of the logs,
Yeah.
Just questions.
the heat of the fire that was the initial heat up of that, and then we rolled dirt on top of it, mud and everything else. I think the fire department went down there once or twice to extinguish it, but you can only go so deep. You burn material at home, I'm sure.
No, cause I'm downtown.
On occasion, in your youth,
Yeah.
I mean, we all played with fire, we all played with matches. It's common sense.
You heard that, right?
Yeah.
That's on the
You know.
Well, to help this out, we did buy the wood chipper, okay? They wanted 17,000, we got it for 14,000. So we saved quite a bit of money, we did check it out, it ran great. We are in the process of setting up a vehicle or acquiring another vehicle to set it up for the wood chipping, and instead of having people take down their tree limbs or whatever like that, we are hoping or planning to get something set up that we do a pickup maybe once a week or every other week. And we don't have to worry about that, and we can control what's going in and out, but we do need to get some type of policy and procedure in place on that.
Because people are still, I mean,
That's my question. How
Friday
do we keep
evening-
contractors from dumping
that's just it.
material down there?
If you have a tree cut down at your home, a contractor is going to charge you for removal of that debris.
Mhm.
They bring it down to us.
I'm talking about like construction material.
Oh,
like
well, yeah,
cars.
yeah, we don't have any control over down there.
Yeah. The only thing we can do is put up a fence of some sort or. a
On
chain.
Friday evening, when, the day they lit that fire, that evening, somebody went down there and dumped 8 logs on us, right in the middle of the road. And they, I mean, you know, they were 6-8 inch logs, 8-10 foot long. That's the kind of stuff that we have to deal with.
That
So,
probably come from a tree
I wanna
cut.
get to a point where we don't have to burn. We don't have to, don't take us the wrong way, we don't have to sit here and debate on what's in there, how to dispose of it. If we don't accept it, you go away with it. I mean, it's been an open dump site for too long, and
Yeah.
people are not respecting our property or our inability to dispose of
No, it's become a city landfill,
it.
basically.
Well, something needs done because the whole northeast corner of town reeks of smoke
It's
and.
not just the north,
So
it's
So
just the
it's not
southeast
possible
too.
to put
I
cameras
don't live
up
all over
somewhere.
town, I live blocks away, my dogs would
Then
not
you
even
gotta have
go out,
electricity.
it was so bad.
To operate them, you got people down there that's gonna
Shoot 'em.
destroy them.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes an archery range, a shooting range.
Right.
I mean, people are,
I know, if they don't dump it there, they're gonna dump it out in the middle of the county.
I know.
Off a ditch.
well,
But that's where we're at on that as far as
Yeah.
the wood chipper and trying to get something set up on that for the future. And
Well-
as Bo has said, sooner than later, so.
then that's why I'd like to get
Yep.
the Board of Works, if we could have a special meeting at some time, to be able to discuss what needs to be done and put into a policy, what's right and what's wrong. Like I said, you can burn yard waste at your home, but I can't burn your yard waste on our property. People don't understand, it's been a service that we've accepted for a long time. What was it, 3 years ago, I didn't come down here and said no more burning.
That was what was confusing to me.
But we can have a special permit when there's been a storm that's knocked trees down and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then you have people that clean it up, throw it in the back of their pickup truck along with the neighbor's shingles or their own shingles and everything else, and it ends up down there and we can't deal with it. That's part of what is burning. I'm sure, no, we didn't sift through it stick by stick, it's impossible.
That-
The amount
that
of
was-
debris that was down there.
The point he was trying to make was that Saturday, we came up about 11 PM out of, a neighborhood in town, and we smelled it, and it's like, we thought the downtown was on fire again, cause it had that smell that's more than wood. It's like, oh my God, what's
Well,
going on?
it, to the best of my knowledge, it's just rotten trees that don't burn, they will sit there and smolder. I mean, it smells like a dead pond.
And I will say this, last year the city paid $25,000 to have all that debris hauled off. So by us purchasing a wood chipper is a lot more reasonable than spending another $25,000 than to have it hauled off again.
Mayor, I'd like to see this go to the council so we could come up with an ordinance and do something about this, cause it is terrible on that side of town.
And that's where we need to get the policy.
I had to get with Bo and the fire chief, and I know Chief Hunt lives over there, but I mean, it was horrible. So we have to do something, we have to have a policy put in place, ordinance, let's get that done.
Yeah, we will,
And that's why I brought it up.
yes.
Plus you gotta be able to control your site, right?
Yeah.
If you can control your site where you're gonna put stuff, you can eliminate a lot of that.
And that's what we're gonna do on the south side of town there, is be able to control the site better. Fenced off, gated and everything, so we'll have the, ability to keep people out that's wanting to sneak stuff in after hours or early hours or whatever. Okay. Alrighty. Thanks, Bo.
Thank you, Bo.
Item F is gonna go to the council. Number G, wastewater treatment plant SCADA system. Bo, you have the floor again.
Okay, everybody's been presented with a proposal from Westler Engineering. Their proposal is you don't have copies? It was within the email that was sent out, I know that much. So, I guess with that being said, why don't I make sure you get copies, table it, take it under advisement until next meeting. What it amounts to is that the wastewater treatment plant, everything is manually operated. If there's a failure during the night, it's a failure all night long. It can become a problem with technology advancing every day. SCADA system's going to be something that's probably gonna be mandated eventually. I'd like to get ahead of the ball game. I will make copies of this. I'm not gonna put a price on it out right now. But something that we need to look into. But like I said, technology's changing, the way things operate's changing, notification, alarms and stuff, they kinda non-existent right now. It gives your staff the ability to move a little more freely about the place. If they're out and about and it throws an alarm, it'll come to their phone or, you know, there's a lot of good things to come with this, so. With that, I guess just table it until next month. Thank you.
Thanks, Bo. I did skip one thing on the agenda, I forgot, I apologize, but I need to get a motion to approve the minutes from the previous month's meeting. Someone will make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Who second?
I did.
Okay. All in favor?
Alright.
Alright, thank you. Okay, utility adjustments.
If you don't mind, if you notice, there's also write-offs. There's the utility adjustment, pool adjustments, and then there's a couple pages of write-offs. Uncollectible debts that parties are deceased.
You already verified all these.
The non-adjustments, yes.
Well, I
Pools
don't
and
see a
stuff
reason
like
to
that's
go
kind
through
of
every
on,
one of them and keep 'em.
pardon me?
I don't see a reason to go through them all if you've already.
Right, it's all been reviewed.
So you're good with everything here, Bo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we need to make a motion to approve the, utility adjustments as presented.
I'll make that motion.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're gonna do the write-offs on a separate motion, or is that
Yes,
covered?
sir. Nope, gonna do it separately.
Okay.
On the write-offs, we've got a total of $1,185.93. Counts as will write-off persons responsible are deceased. So. 14 different accounts, they vary different, $18 up to $256.09. So just various amounts, so I'd like to get a motion to approve the write-offs for $1,185.93.
I'll make the motion.
Okay,
I'll second
all in favor?
Aye.
it. Alright.
Okay. All right. Chief, department reports.
Sir, we had 112 activities, 3 arrests and 2 tickets. And probably 100 of those were dog calls.
From 2 different people.
Well, that is something that's gonna have to be addressed at some point. You know, we received that letter back from the county, from
Yes,
the
sir.
attorney, 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago.
It was
I can't remember
in
exactly.
April, I believe, sir.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
Yes, sir.
They said they were gonna come up with a plan, or at least talking about things, and nothing has been, brought up to my knowledge. But, we know it's a problem, but on the same hand, we need to make sure that we know we have strays, but at the same hand, we got people that have dogs or animals, and they let them run too, so.
Yeah, the problem with that, however, is we don't know if they are strays or not. We've only had 3 out of all the dog calls we've had, however many, 300, whatever it is. There's only been 3, maybe 4, because I've lose track after how many dogs, right? That's actually had collars on where we could get back to the owner, right? So the rest of them they don't have any collars at all. They're just, in fact, we had 11 dog calls in the last 4 days, 11. And none of them have collars, right? So, you know, it is I know I keep talking about this. Fortunately, we went through the summer without any incident. Although we almost had one at the park, I called the mayor about it. A dog tried to get inside a baby carriage, when a 2-month-old baby tried to maul it. One of the off-duty male ladies grabbed the dog and pulled it off. She almost got bit. So I'm telling you, you know, this has got to be something that has to be addressed. So, anyway, all right, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, it wasn't you. I was talking to somebody else.
Police department have a chip reader to see
No,
if these
no,
animals.
and it wouldn't matter. Most of them I'm not gonna get that close to anyway, right? Unless I shoot them, right? Because some of them are really, they're getting really, really aggressive. Mark, you don't even understand.
Well,
This
your
is bad.
nephew and his wife, or your cousin and his wife's got 2 that keeps getting out, and they're friendly dogs.
Who's that?
Pat, Wagner.
Oh, that was last week.
No, they were out again yesterday. Their
Oh,
electric fence, something's wrong with it.
So, you know, this is really, really, really getting bad. I don't know if people's just dumping them, which is heartbreaking to me because I'm a dog guy. So I don't know what's happening, but anyway, I digress. But, you know.
Well, maybe we need to approach the county, and after we find
Yes,
out,
sir.
since they've got 15 million plus in reserves, maybe we can get something done.
Yeah. Anyway, that's, you know, it's just kind of, you know, 11 dog calls in 4 days. That's kind of outrageous. You know, it really is.
We've got money for everything else, but not some other stuff. So
Yes, sir.
It's time we start putting up, taking care of some stuff.
Yes, sir. I totally agree. All
The
right,
city doesn't have that kind of reserves,
right.
so.
I
Yes,
can say,
ma'am.
I live on the southeast side of the city,
Yes, ma'am.
and it's a real problem. My dogs have an invisible fence, they stay in my yard.
Mhm.
But other dogs come into my yard all the time, I have little dogs. Now when I take them outside, I have to put them on a leash if I know a dog is loose, or stay outside with my dog the entire time.
Mhm.
And that should not be the case when you live inside the city limits, in my opinion.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of people doesn't see it, you know, and we're the ones that get the calls, so we're the ones that annotate all this. I'm just worried somebody's gonna get mauled. That's the only thing
Yeah, I mean,
or another animal, right?
Yeah, or the little kids that ride their bikes and a dog chases them and they
Yeah.
get, or another dog gets attacked in their yard and,
Yeah.
I mean, you're a dog person, they're like family,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're another set of children, so, yeah, I really, as a resident, I would really like for there to be an ordinance that's actually enforced or.
Well, there's no
We have-
ordinance, or, I could create 1,000 ordinances, but if there's no collar on, how do I know who it belongs to, right?
Right.
So, I'm up to here with ordinances, because ordinances is not applicable to a dog we don't even know who
Well,
the owner belongs,
yeah, very
who it
good
belongs
point,
to, right?
yeah.
So they're just strays. So, I know there's dumping from Davies County, they're dumping a little over here, I know that for a fact. So, you know, I'm so fed up with ordinances. You know, people say, well, we got ordinances. Well, yeah, we sure do, right? But
Yeah.
I can't enforce it if I can't identify who the dog belongs to.
Yeah, I know there's a couple in my neighborhood that do have collars that
Yeah.
do have owners, and the owners just don't keep them.
Now, we
within
can
property
enforce
lines.
that, right? Certainly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm with Mr. Mayor. You know, we really need to address this with the county and all that, so, thank you all.
Thank you. Bo?
All right, for the month of July, we had 77 service calls, 112 line locates, 276 office calls. We treated 14.06 million gallons of water, 453,000 gallon daily average. We sold 9 million gallons to Davies County. Rural water, wastewater treatment plant, we treated 10.9 million gallons, putting the plant at 35% for the month of July.
Thank you. Chief? Fire chief?
Yeah, sorry. We had 17 fire runs and about 26 medical calls for last month. So,
All right, thank you.
that's it, sorry.
I guess no further ado, ask for a motion to
I got a
adjourn.
real quick question. The June ordinance you all approved that the city attorney read and the council approved by motion to vacate the rules or whatever they do. I've been unable to get a copy of it because it hasn't been signed by everybody on the Board of Works.
The Board of Works doesn't have to sign, that's the council that signs that ordinance.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the board.
Ordinance are signed by, put in place through council.
Okay, so, but I've been, you know, I gave a 7-page application based on the ordinance and I can't even get a copy of the ordinance because it hasn't been signed. And
It was
hasn't
all
been
signed, but I don't know what happened to the
It hasn't
signature
been
page.
published. Lori,
I don't have a copy.
you haven't been able to.
Yeah, it was all signed that night.
So, somebody needs to give it to the clerk, so the public
It needs
can
to be
have it.
published then.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.